Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Tom Worth Jr. and we're going to talk a little politics today. No camera stuff, no travel stuff, just straight up politics. I had an uncle up in New Jersey 12 years ago. Him and his wife, we had a big family reunion, and we were talking about the recent college grads and high school grads in the family. It was a large reunion. It was up in New York. I'm down in Texas, and it was the first time some of us had been up there in quite some time. It was an awesome time. So it was all about the grads, but there was a question about what people would do in the future, who was most likely to do this or that, and one of the questions was who's most likely to go into politics. And this is not a family of politicians. And I am not a politician, never have been, never will be. But my uncle and his wife, actually I think it was his wife, said me. And I thought, where did that come from? And I guess it's because I was interested in it. I would never want to do that. But I do read about it. I did read about it. I had all the chaos through the Trump 2016 to 2020 term affect my life as it did all of us. I actually voted for Trump back in 2016, not in 2020. I'd been a lifelong Republican. That's what my parents were. That's what I was. Since I could vote when I turned 18 down at University of Texas at Austin, that was my fall of my freshman year. George H.W. Bush was running against Michael Dukakis. UT is pretty liberal. Austin's pretty liberal. We had university Democrats. We had college Republicans. We had some freshman friends who were probably, somewhere this way, somewhere that way. Some may have wanted to entertain politics. We went to some events. We saw Lloyd Bentsen speak. I think it was maybe on the rooftop of LBJ Library. Lloyd Bentsen, is that right? I think that's who it was. Anyway, it was the end of the Reagan years, and I was a finance major, and I wanted to make all the money and work on Wall Street and not pay as many taxes as I should. This was my limited understanding of politics as an 18-year-old. Bill Clinton came along in the 92 election. That was, the primaries were the spring that I was graduating from UT. And he seemed like, wow, here's a young guy, here's a smart guy. He's got a lot of young, smart friends. So I thought, this is interesting, this is exciting. Ross Perot, the business guy. George H.W. Bush, easy, old school Washington lifer, no thanks. But then Perot kind of imploded, and it was between Clinton and Bush. And, back then, Clinton just didn't seem aligned with me, and I would say still not. He had the extramarital affairs. That was a big no-no, in my opinion, and I didn't know how damn decent and awesome George H.W. Bush was at that time. I do now. But I still voted for Bush. Clinton won. I think it was probably one of the worst nights of my dad's life. To me, it was, expected. It sucks. A Democrat won, but it was expected. I cared mostly about foreign policy by this point. Our relations with the world, strong military, strong foreign commitments, protecting our allies, stopping what used to be the Soviet Union from expanding, and just all of that stuff. Anyway, fast forward through a bunch of votes for Republicans, and including Trump. I did not like Hillary Clinton. I did not, as previously noted, like the Clintons at all. I didn't like the idea of a political dynasty family. We had that with the Bushes. Didn't think that was the best idea. And I voted for Trump. New Yorkers knew better. My New Jersey uncle and aunt knew better. I mean, they had read headlines about him for decades by that point, and there was no talking any sense into me. Voted for Trump and didn't like what he was saying about women. Hated how disrespectful he was, how anti-immigrant he was. Like, everything about the guy, pretty much, I did not like. I thought business would be better off. By this point, I didn't care about this. I thought people should pay taxes. I thought we should pay our fair share. It was purely about, I did not like Hillary Clinton. From what I read about her. Obviously, I don't know her personally. I didn't think she did a great job as a Secretary of State. I thought the whole Obama administration was a disaster from that perspective with foreign policy. I loved Obamacare. I loved having a black president. I did not vote for Obama either term. I'm Catholic. I'm pro-life, and that's just where I was. And then very quickly, we all saw how truly terrible Trump was. If we didn't already know, we knew. And it just drove me crazy for 4 years. And then the handling of COVID, the lies. I am a big, and this is one reason I can't be a politician, is I believe in the truth. I believe in truth, period, but it just simply telling the truth. I believe that there is objective truth in the world, and a guy who is running for president or a girl who is running for president probably has told a lot of lies along the way to get to where they are. I don't care who it is, they've probably done that. But the level that Trump takes it to, the pathological narcissism, the lying instinctively, like even when the truth isn't going to hurt you, just to instinctively say the opposite of what actually happened or what you actually believe. Flip-flopping on abortion, for instance. He was pro-abortion, but to get elected with Republicans, he was pro-life. And now he's, abortion's fine on a state-by-state level. That's him. Pick a side and be that side. His side is himself. It is him getting rich. It is him aligning with Putin and other dictators because that's what he wants to be himself. The biggest liar in the world, I think we all know, is Vladimir Putin. But a close second would be Donald Trump. I cannot, for the life of me, understand why Republicans have coalesced around this guy. They've had every opportunity to not. People who have worked closely with him have turned on him. Looking at the conventions this week in Chicago and then a few weeks ago in Milwaukee, just the sheer turnout of all Democrats, past and present and future, around Kamala Harris versus nothing but people looking for political or financial gain for themselves who surround Trump. There is no legitimate, respectable, upstanding Republican rallying to Trump's side. It is people who personally have something to gain or who personally fear him ending their political career, or people who have turned on him but have now fallen in line. There's just so many of those, and it's going to be for one of those reasons I just mentioned. It's going to be a rough into the summer and fall here in the U.S. I think we are on the right track now, election-wise. But I just find it more fun to talk about this kind of stuff. If Trump wins in in November, it's not going to be very fun, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore. If Kamala Harris wins, that's great. I probably still won't talk about it anymore. I love this part of it. I love the contrast between the two. I would love Donald Trump to just not be a factor in U.S. politics anymore. I just wish he would lose again, and people would abandon him and his aspirations. And I think once that happens, you'll see the people that have been elected to Congress lose their power. The people who are Trump supporters hopefully lose their power. You have courageous people on the Republican side who have stood up to Trump and who have kind of ended their political career because of it. They'd rather not run again to be a senator of the United States, which they would surely be reelected. They'd rather not do that and be part of Trump's Republican Party than go along with Trump. And I tremendously respect those people. People like Liz Cheney and Mitt Romney. I mean, maybe they were going to retire anyway. I don't know. There's so many of them. They all have their own reasons. But I love to contemplate the fact that probably the main one is they don't want to be a part of Trump. So I don't either. And hopefully you don't either. And if this video was a surprise to you, because I'm not talking about cameras or phones, then sorry. I still love those things. I've got a Pixel 9 Pro on the way, trying that out. I've got my Windows 11 Copilot PC that I'm rocking. I'm still doing the iPad Pro. Still have an iPhone for my daily driver. I mean, none of that's changed. I just find it more interesting to me personally to share some political thoughts. So hopefully some of you all can stick around for the ride, at least for the next few months, and we'll see where it goes from there. And it's August. It's hot. It's looks like we might get a break from the triple digits here in Arlington, Texas, finally, and very much looking forward to that. College football, Texas Longhorns, Michigan Wolverines, SMU Mustangs for my daughter, and sadly Stanford Cardinal for my son is not looking too good. But that's funny too, that my daughter at SMU who graduated a couple years ago, and my son out west there in Northern California, he just graduated a year ago. They have now left their conferences and gone to join forces in the ACC, which I think is hilarious. Anyway, that's gonna be occupying my fun thoughts for the next, I guess, until the Cowboys implode again. I don't even think we make it to the postseason this year. Unlike last year, I don't think we have that false hope. I think we have no hope at all, but that is your typical Cowboy pessimist speaking. I hope I'm wrong for myself and my family and the nation and the world. But that's about it for now, and I hope you all have a good week.